This is No Money Mo Money. This tiny potato's been on an adventure to experience everything on the Final Fantasy XIV free trial. But after a night of betrayal and loss, there's only one path left to continue his adventures. A path that will take him this week. We're gonna get back to working on doing our class quests so that we can get a bunch of our classes ready to move on to jobs whenever I get the job unlocks. And we're gonna go ahead and start this week off by finishing up the Thaumaturge Quests. So let's go and get through these now, and we'll be done with all of the classes in Ul'dah for ARR ready to be turned into jobs whenever they're prepared. Alright, Kokobuki, let's start this whole process up, and let's get this Thaumaturge done. And then we have to run a bunch of missions for each of these dumb brothers. Meet this tiny little idiot potato who's all upset at all of his other doofus brothers because they refuse to train him. Of course, because he simply does not have the amount of ether needed to become a thaumaturge. Also that he can find this weird, creepy little urn that he definitely shouldn't be playing with. And is definitely not possessed by some horrible evil entity. Sure, yeah, totally open the lid and make a deal with a void scent. That definitely can't possibly backfire for you in any way. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, he's totally acting normal, not possessed at all. Alright, so now we get to go out on missions with the little totally completely normal little potato. No, it can't possibly be. Of course, you're also terrible at pretending to be Kokobusi, because your own brothers saw through it basically immediately. And then we come all the way out here to a cave in the middle of friggin' nowhere to undergo one last big trial in order to, prove ourselves capable and ready to help take down the void scent. There. Is that good enough for you, idiots? And one final mission to wrap it all up. Great, yeah, sure, let him drain your power. Wonderful. At least that gets him out of Kokobusi so that we can, fight the void scent itself. Never we mind the fact that Kokobusi effectively murdered dozens of sorcerers and a bunch of innocent girls in order to facilitate all of this. He was possessed. Let's just ignore his culpability in the fact that he was possessed by his own stupidity. Rally these idiots up to actually fight, perhaps. Come on! Do I have to do everything, you stupid little potatoes? Ugh, fine, let's do this. There we go, finally. Jeez, these guys are more of a hindrance than a help. And of course, all of his alchemy nonsense about trying to boost his own etheric reserves will actually help save one of his brothers who's been drained. And in the meantime, I get a new mitigation skill. And I'm ready. Oh. Okay then. And I'm ready to become a black mage whenever I please. Well, whenever I get a job unlock that I feel like using for black mage. But that will finish the Thaumaturge up. That is the last of my classes in Ul'dah done. I can start moving on to some of the other classes from some of the other towns and get them all squared away, so I'm ready to move on to jobs whenever I want. So one other thing that we're going to be starting off this week is working on collectibles. Collectibles are pretty simple. There are certain specific items you can gather or items you can craft that you turn into the collectible appraiser to get collectible scripts for your gatherers and crafters. So, like, they're always rarefied things, right? So these are special items that will show up in certain gathering spots. And then these are special items that you actually craft as a recipe. Going through here, the idea is to get the best amount of scripts. So I could really craft pretty much any of these because they give you about the same amount of scripts as long as the collectability is high enough. And some of these lower level ones might be easier to craft, but if you craft the highest level ones, you also are getting better XP rewards, so it's good for leveling up the crafter. And in order to hit that perfect sweet spot for me, I'm surprisingly going to be using a crafter that in any other circumstance you wouldn't want to use because it always requires way too many materials, which is Culinarian. A lot of the other recipes for the other crafters require you to, like, go out hunting and deal with that RNG, or gather, like, a dozen different materials and do, like, 3 or 4 pre-crafts in order to get... No. Culinarian, the highest level Heavensward recipe that I can craft, so we'll give both high crafter scripts and good XP for Culinarian, is Rarefied Maranglass. And Rarefied Maranglass really does not require a whole lot of materials. In order to craft Rarefied Maranglass, all we really need to do is buy some sour red from a merchant, really cheap and easy. Get some dark chestnuts in the Dravanian Forelands, which are unfortunately hidden, so it's going to be a little RNG to get those. And then get some birch sap in the Sea of Clouds, which we then turn into birch syrup, which we turn into rarefied Maranglass. And then we do that just a couple more times, and we've now got 50 rarefied Maranglass. There's a couple on this page too. Now, the max collectability on these, as you can see here, is 270. That's basically like quality on any other craft. Not all of these are at 270, like say this one's only 262. But they are all within the max collectability bracket, which is 256. So they're all 256 or higher, which means I will get the maximum amount of crafter scripts and the maximum amount of XP for each of them. And I'm going to be turning in 50 of these, which is going to get me close to a little more than 2,500 scripts and a bunch of XP. I suspect this may be enough to get my Culinarian all the way to 70. It's at least going to level me up a few times. So let's go ahead and turn these in now, shall we? And there we go. There's 70. There we go. Managed to get myself all the way up to level 70 on the Culinarian, and I didn't even turn in half of them yet. I still got 32 left, so let's go ahead and blow through the rest of these. And there we go. Blew through the rest, and like I said, a little over 2,500 crafter scripts. So if we come over here to the script exchange, and we look at our master recipes, this is where I'm planning to spend all of these scripts. Starting from rank 5 is where you start getting into Stormblood recipes, so I don't need that. I only need the rank 4s and below. And I've already got some of the master recipe books from Post-ARR, so I really only need to buy the ones I'm still missing. Alright, that gets me all of the rank 4 and rank 3 master recipe books. I already have all of the rank 1 and 2s from Post-ARR, so this will get me access to all of the Post-Heavensward master crafting recipes. This now gives us access to the master crafts from Heavensward. Pretty much all finished, all ready to go, except for the small problem of these carbon weave clothes here are the best craftable crafting gear. Problem: the required craftsmanship 718, the required control 695 to even be allowed to craft them. And right now, with the best crafter gear I currently have and using the best food that I have crafted, I have 573 and 498. I need to gain hundreds of points in both craftsmanship and control. As soon as I finish up 3.0 Heavensward, I will move into crafting myself the best level 60 non-master set of crafting gear available to me, since I'll have access to all of the gathering spots, and then meld that up. Maybe do some overmelding, probably not try and push for pentamelding, and then crafting myself like the best set of crafting gear and the master recipes that I can get access to, and then replacing it and melding it and replacing it and melding it and replacing it and melding it, sort of one at a time, as I'm slowly progressing towards the craftsmanship and control required to make the carbon weave gear. The other thing that I will be able to do is finding myself a better set of crafter food. So it's going to be a lot of that. I am not going to force you to watch all of that nonsense. I will try to do most of the grindiest parts of that off stream, just sort of slowly in the background, always be kind of building up to the carbon weave gear and whatever accessories are the best set for Post-Heavensward to get the best crafting stats I can, primarily because I'm then going to use that amazing crafting gear at the end of Heavensward to, craft myself the best gatherer set that I can, craft myself the best combat sets that I can, all of that sort of stuff. But that will be all for today. So I will be seeing you guys on stream so that we can finish 3.0 and finish out the base Heavensward storyline. I need to do a dungeon, I need to do a trial, I need to do a bunch of cutscenes, I need to do some exploration of the zone and unlocking ether currents and stuff. Should all be doable today. Unless I'm completely misremembering something, but there shouldn't be anything like that. I don't know.
Certain elements can only be recognized as foreshadowing after the fact.
Where are you, you stupid little potato? Says the stupid little potato. It's no wreck, she's still operational. Yeah, it's a good way to introduce yourself to it. Just kick it. I'm sure it's not going to want to kill all humans because of that. No, it says, please agree to the terms and conditions of use. Please agree to the EULA. It's not like I'm going to read the terms and conditions before I sign it anyway. Guidance node GLI. Gilly, do what the chief says. Gilly, oh god. Okay. We have to teleport around for a while until I can finally unlock flight and move around this damn island. It's like, well, that was a novel feeling. Although those people who use etherites, that shouldn't be all that novel of a feeling. They had to put down for some repairs, because they got blasted pretty hard.
Allagan's secrets await, and there is no profit to be had in remaining here. Keep them occupied!
It would seem we have no choice.
Take the eye. It should still hold enough energy to be of use to you. I shall join you as soon as I am able.
Enough talk! Make haste and stop the Archbishop.
Yep. The realization that dragons are aliens. I'm not saying that they're aliens, but they're aliens. Vanquish the Ascians. Happily. Gladly I will do so. That's so terrible. Like, Tiamat could probably escape from these bindings if she really wanted to, but she's just gonna sit here until the world ceases to be, out of, like, penance for her own mistakes. And now, it's finally time for the final crystal! The blessing is back. Is it better now, or does it become better later? Like, we get the blessing, and then does it become the improved version yet? Yeah. Okay, it becomes the improved version right away.
Warrior of light, beloved son.
Why, hello there once again. Just to finally hear
The
from you.
light abideth within thy heart again.
Strong art thou, mortal. Stronger than any other of thy kind. Having looked upon thy deeds, I am convinced thou art worthy to bear her light. The Covenant bound me to thee, but 'twould seem our fates were mingled from the first. Though I will not fight thy battles, I will yet lend thee my wings.
I will let you hop on my back and ride me through the skies.
Come, mortal. We go to cast out the darkness.
Freebird and Oz's Law, which gives me Freebird in every single zone of Heavensward, which I think gives me an achievement. Frequent Flyer 1. And away we go to the final zones of Oz's Law to finish it all up. Heavensward, level 60, final quest in the 3.0 MSQ. Send my regards to Master Wedge. Deactivating, blop. Good work, Gilly. Oh. I level 142, really? You don't have the eye level for the research facility?
When readers have more information with which to contextualize and make sense of what happened earlier.
So, it looks like we have to sidetrack for some crafting.
2 hours later.
All of that gathering and crafting to get me a new book. What? Ah, not the summoner.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
I'm an idiot. And I picked the wrong book.
20 minutes later.
Now, after recovering from my horrible mistake, 143. There we go, 143. I need 142 for the dungeons, but hey, 143 will work. Aha, regular.
I will crush you underfoot!
Good for you.
Savages.
Yep, proud of it.
In the name of the Emperor!
In the name of wrecking your face. Why, hello there, bread. And cousin of bread. I guess we call you Toast? Okay, they're both dead at this point. Guess y'all only really left with one option. All these idiots could muster up is to become a 1.0 Asiad and fight me. Huzzah. We did no damage to anyone again. That's fine. I already know how to handle this mechanic, but whatever. Yeah, we do have to actually handle this mechanic. Just barely, but we do. Bye!
Let us withdraw, La Habrea. That power remains to us, at least.
No!
Impossible!
Sure. That didn't sound sus as all hell, that little moan there.
The eye you possess was Nidhogg's left, and long has it served as a source of the Azure Dragoon's might.
Yep.
As for its twin, it
Long
has
as
lain
it
here,
lay.
joined to the person
Yep.
of Aldrich, the first Azure Dragoon. I can become a god!
You're not the first, and you're not a god. No matter how much you want to claim otherwise.
This being is sustained by a millennium of fervent prayer, and the eye's nigh bottomless reservoir of ether.
Sayonara, bread! See ya, Ninwalker. Oh wait, I'm a free trial player. Adios!
I have become that which you abhor, warrior of light. If you would take issue with my godhood, I shall answer you with my blade.
Here we go. Final confrontation with Knights of the Round.
Fight me if you will, warrior of light.
Okie
You
doke then.
reject my divinity. Yet what have you to offer my people in its stead? Bitter truth? Virtuous suffering? No matter. If you believe your cause just, I call upon you to defend it with your life.
Use some of this flint caviar, shall we? There we go. Knights of the Round. It. Like, we've already burned through his health. All he's got left is his gating mechanics, where we have to sit and wait for the entire Knights of the Round summon to go off. Like, that's it. That's all he's got left to deal with us here. Boom. Like, good for you. No one to even attack here. Like, it's just, eh. Just waiting for someone's actual health bar to show up.
To me, my knights!
Oh wait, too early. I forgot how this one runs. He has to summon every one of his knights first, and then you get the attack. Oh well. I can just use mitigation then. Just use mitigation instead then. Like, he's already almost dead. He was like below 10% health by the time he fucking gated us. Like, it was nothing. He was already under 10% by the time he even used his gating mechanic of forcing us to fight all the knights individually. Yeah, good luck, pal. So much for that. Y'all really never had any idea what you were getting into facing a warrior of light with the full blessing. And then some.
How can this be? A millennium of prayer and the Eye's power combined, and still you stand.
Yep. Fear the tiny potato. Oh my god, what are you? It looks so hilarious when you're playing as a Lalafell.
Are you?
Potato. Tiny broke potato to you.
It is over then. I had hoped that mine would be the hand to end it. But knowing you, there was little chance of that.
Like, the eye still seems to have some power.
Twould seem the
That's
eye
the
has
weird
served
part.
you well.
Everyone's like, oh, you completely drain the eye in order to take out one Assi. And it's like, really? Why is it glowing with horrible, unholy power then? Maybe don't grab that other one, Estinian. Like, bro, you already have enough trouble trying to control one eye. Maybe don't grab the other one. Like, put one of them down.
Its twin. At long last.
Yeah, you shouldn't have felt like I can finally rest after my goal is complete. Because, that one little moment of relaxation was pretty much all it needed. Doing really good there, pal. You're doing great, Estinian. Just, you know, keep on going. Like, just transforming a mortal into himself. Yeah, that's a power we definitely know dragons possess. Yep, totally. Bye, Nidhogstinian. A Stinidog? A Stinidog. A Stinidog. See you later, pal.
Let us away, servant of idling.
Haha! Gods damn it, do you always have to cut it so bloody close?
Well, yeah. It's called dramatic tension, bro. Learn it. Love it. Live it.
I dare say you are the first soul in Ishgardian history to arrive in our city upon Dragonback. The scene shall be remembered for 1,000 years to come.
Good. That's what I was going for.
But 'tis my belief that in time, Ishgard will again become a place where man and dragon may abide together in harmony.
Not easily.
Remember thy words. His unbridled rage hath claimed for its vessel the one thou callest the Azure Dragoon.
Yeah, you can't really carry Nidhogg's eyes around with you everywhere, bathed in his blood. and, like, not have a problem with that?
Upon the souls of they who have sacrificed themselves to pave the way for peace, we will never abandon our cause.
The Holy See of Ishgard shall once more be counted a member
of the
Eorzean
Alliance.
Alliance.
For the future of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
A noble monument to a noble soul.
From here, Lord Orshafon can watch over all of Ishgard.
So ends a glorious chapter in their tale. However, tumultuous days yet lie ahead for Ishgard. After 1,000 years under the yoke of the Church, the people take their first tentative steps into the unknown. And though they spy a glimmer of peace upon the horizon, Nidhogg's vengeful shadow yet remains to darken the way. Be that as it may, so long as the young commander of the Temple Knights and his heroic companions are there to guide them, the people may hold fast to hope. The hope that one day, true peace will return to Ishgard, and that man and dragon may live in harmony once more. Let the deeds writ herein never be forgot, that they may inspire generations yet unborn to strive ever heavensward.
Heavensward! Oh no, not a nerd on the moon!
And Igayorm have fallen. The time has come for you and yours to join the fray.
Sure.
Warrior of Darkness.
Oh no, not a walking fortress! Or time-traveling fortress. Yeah, we ain't touching that for a while. I assume that's gonna have, like, the highest eye-level requirements of the whole of Post-Heavensward. I ain't touching that for a while. That will be finishing up, but we are not done yet for today, because there's one last thing for me to do. Time to get punchy, boys and girls. Brother from another mother. Monk unlocked. And that is it for that.